Chosen one, this moment is more than just another video, it's your divine appointment. You were not brought here by coincidence. There's a specific, powerful message crafted just for you. Every struggle you faced, every obstacle that seemed like a dead end has been preparing you for this pivotal moment. The universe and God are aligning to reveal what's next. This awakening is personal, intimate, and urgent. As you listen, I invite you to open your heart fully. Lean into the words, because this is the breakthrough you've been praying for. And hey, if you haven't already, make sure to subscribe to Awakened Era so you don't miss out on more messages that speak directly to your soul. Every great change starts with awareness, and today, your awareness is expanding. What old patterns are you ready to leave behind? What part of your story are you prepared to rewrite? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. I want to hear your journey. Together, we rise. This video isn't just to inspire, it's designed to activate. When you hear a message that resonates deeply, it's a sign you are ready to move forward. You might have been holding back, waiting for a sign or permission. Consider this your divine nod, your cosmic green light. Take it seriously, because your future self will thank you for listening today. If you feel the weight of this call, give this video a like to help others receive this message too. In the fast-paced world of today, it's easy to scroll past important moments, to dismiss divine calls as coincidence. But those who stop, listen, and respond are the ones who change their destiny. This is your invitation to join that group. Engage with the video, share your thoughts, and become part of the Awakened Era community, a place where chosen ones gather to support, uplift, and rise together. Understanding divine timing means realizing that every delay, every moment of waiting has purpose. The universe never misses a beat, and your patience is not in vain. There is a season for everything, and the timing of your breakthroughs is being perfectly orchestrated, even if it feels slow or frustrating now. Think of a perfectly timed symphony where each note plays at exactly the right moment to create harmony. Your life is that symphony, and every delay is like a silent rest that makes the next note even more powerful. Consider the seed buried in the soil. It doesn't sprout overnight. It undergoes a transformation, breaking through layers of earth to finally reach the sunlight. Your current season is that underground work. Though unseen, it's vital. Your growth is happening beneath the surface. This is a powerful reminder. Your waiting period is preparation for your rise. When the seed finally breaks through the soil, it emerges strong and ready to bloom. This concept of divine timing has been echoed by many successful figures. For example, J.K. Rowling, before publishing Harry Potter, faced numerous rejections. Yet her perseverance through what seemed like delays was actually her story unfolding perfectly in time. You are walking a similar path. The timing of your success is not random. It is intentional. The first step in any transformation is awareness. What old habits, fears, or limiting beliefs have been holding you back? It's time to recognize those chains and have the courage to break them. This isn't about blame, it's about empowerment. You hold the key to your freedom, and the decision to break free starts now. When we look at people who transformed their lives, the turning point was always the moment they decided to no longer accept old limitations. Imagine a butterfly trapped in its cocoon. To become what it is destined to be, it must break free. Your life is calling you to break your own cocoon, the patterns that no longer serve your highest good. Whether it's fear of failure, self-doubt, or toxic relationships, these old patterns are shadows that dim your light. You have the strength within you to shatter them. One powerful example is Oprah Winfrey, who overcame a difficult childhood and toxic environments to rise into her full power. She broke old cycles by recognizing them and consciously choosing a new path. This shows that your past does not dictate your future. You have the ability to rewrite your story. There's an urgency in this message because your destiny won't wait. The world needs the unique gifts you carry, and delaying your purpose only prolongs the pain and confusion. Every second you hesitate, you miss the opportunity to shine. Imagine if the greatest leaders or visionaries had waited until the right moment forever. The world would miss out on their light. Think of a relay race. Your baton is ready to be passed, but if you stall, the whole team loses momentum. Your time to run your leg of the race is now. This is not about pressure, but about honoring your calling with the respect it deserves. When you honor your purpose, the entire universe supports you. Many times the fear of failure keeps us frozen. But here's the truth. Waiting for perfect conditions is a trap. The perfect moment is now. Take that first step, no matter how small. That action creates momentum that builds your confidence and brings clarity. For too long, many chosen ones have lived in silence, silent dreams, silent struggles, silent hopes. Silence can feel safe but often keeps us trapped in isolation. The time has come to break the silence and speak your truth. Your voice is your power, and when you share your story, you light the way for others. Many great leaders and healers began by breaking their silence. Malala Yousafzai's courageous voice changed the world despite threats. Your truth has the power to inspire, heal, and transform. Silence may protect you from judgment, but it also limits your impact. When you break silence, you create connection. You remind others they are not alone. The world needs your authentic voice now more than ever. Don't underestimate the power of vulnerability. It's the bridge to deeper connection. You are more than your past, your mistakes, or the labels others have placed on you. Your real identity is being awakened right now, an identity rooted in strength, purpose, and divine design. This emerging self is waiting to be embraced fully and fearlessly. Think about a sculptor unveiling a masterpiece hidden beneath layers of marble. Your true self is emerging, and every chip away at doubt and fear reveals more of your brilliance. Embracing your real identity means accepting both your light and your shadows as essential parts of your whole. This process requires patience and self-love. It's natural to feel resistance or fear as old identities try to hold on. But each time you choose authenticity, you reclaim your power and move closer to your destiny. Rejection is painful, not just emotionally, but spiritually. It often feels like a deep, invisible bruise that lingers far beyond the moment it happened. Whether it's being overlooked for an opportunity, betrayed by someone you trusted, or simply not being understood, rejection can make you question your worth. But here's the truth, chosen one. Closed doors are not a reflection of your value. They are divine redirections guiding you to something far greater than you imagined. Every no you've ever received carried a secret blessing. It protected you from things not meant for your growth, from relationships that would have drained you, or from paths that were beneath your destiny. The universe, in its infinite wisdom, only closes doors to protect what you're carrying. You are not meant to fit into rooms that cannot hold the fullness of your light. Trust that what didn't work out was never supposed to hold your miracle in the first place. Some of the most influential people in the world experienced relentless rejection before their breakthrough. Think of Steve Jobs being removed from the very company he started, or Michael Jordan being cut from his high school basketball team. Rejection didn't stop them, it refined them. It fueled their rise. And it will do the same for you if you choose to see it differently. Your rejection is your redirection. It's not the end of the road, it's the signpost pointing you toward your divine path. You felt it, the restlessness, the deep urge to leave behind everything familiar, the strange feeling that what used to satisfy you no longer does. This isn't a breakdown, it's a breakthrough. It's the spiritual shift, the awakening of your soul to something higher. It's God stirring your spirit to rise above average, to leave the known for the extraordinary. You're not imagining things, something is shifting, and it's divine. Spiritual awakenings often begin with discomfort. It can feel like you're being pulled in multiple directions. Friends may fall away. Old dreams might crumble, but this is not loss, it's alignment. What no longer matches your energy must exit to make room for what does. You're evolving. Your energy is changing. And because of that, your life must reflect this new frequency. This is the recalibration before the rise. Right now, more than ever, your full attention is being demanded by the divine. Not partial focus, not half-hearted listening, but total engagement. Because this moment, this divine call, has the power to realign your entire life. The distractions have been loud. Social media, anxiety, endless scrolling, comparison, all of them are pulling you away from the very breakthrough you've been praying for. But this is the moment to snap back into spiritual focus. Giving your full attention isn't just about listening, it's about receiving. Imagine sitting in front of someone who has the answers to every question you've ever asked, but your mind is elsewhere. You'd miss the blessing. That's what happens when you treat your spiritual downloads casually. What God is trying to pour into you now cannot be half received. It must be absorbed, honored, and acted upon. Obedience isn't about control, it's about alignment. It's about saying yes to what your soul already knows is right. Every time you obey that still, small voice, that inner whisper, you create a ripple that aligns you with your destiny. The next level of your life isn't found through force, it's unlocked through surrender. Your obedience is the key. Often, the instructions we receive don't make sense at first. We're told to walk away from comfort, to forgive someone who hurt us, to give when we have little, or to take a step that seems scary. But obedience isn't about logic, it's about trust. And every time you obey, heaven takes notice. The next level is waiting for those who say yes, even when they don't understand why. We live in a world of distractions, a never-ending scroll of content, opinions, and noise. And in this noise, it's easy to miss your moment. That one message that was meant to shift your life can be buried under memes and endless videos. But here's the danger. Every time you scroll past a divine call, you risk delaying your destiny. God doesn't need many chances to change your life. He only needs one. Don't scroll past your moment. There's a reason this video found you. A divine hand brought you here. But how often do we dismiss those nudges, saying, "I'll watch later," or "maybe next time," not realizing that this is the window we've been praying for? Don't let a temporary distraction steal a permanent blessing. When destiny knocks, you must open, not scroll. This isn't about guilt, it's about awareness. The average person scrolls several hours a day, consuming content that often leaves their spirit more cluttered than cleansed. But you, chosen one, are being called to rise above that, to be intentional with what you watch, read, speak, and think. The content you consume becomes the energy you carry. Make sure it's aligned with your elevation. Chosen one, have you noticed how lately the things that once felt comfortable no longer bring you peace? The people, places, and patterns that used to define your world are now feeling like cages. That's not confusion, it's divine redirection. God is detaching you from environments that no longer fit your spiritual elevation. When He begins to move you, the first sign is discomfort in what used to feel normal. This pulling away is not a punishment. It's a preparation. You're being stripped of the noise, the distractions, and the attachments that could delay your rise. Think about the times you tried to go back to old friendships or revisit familiar cycles, only to find restlessness. That was your spirit recognizing that those chapters are closed. God won't let you settle in places that were never your final destination. Chosen one, the loneliness you've been feeling isn't a punishment. It's a sacred space. God isolates His warriors not to punish them, but to prepare them. When everyone disappears and all the noise dies down, that's when your clarity begins. Don't mislabel your isolation as abandonment. It's actually consecration. Look at your life. Has it felt like people suddenly walked away, opportunities paused, conversations went silent? That's God clearing the room so He can speak to you directly. Sometimes He has to silence the world to amplify His voice. You weren't overlooked, you were set apart. The greater the calling, the deeper the solitude. Chosen one, obedience isn't just about public faith. It's about private surrender. It's easy to follow when everyone's watching, but God looks for those who obey even when no one sees. In your hidden seasons, He has watched how you responded to divine nudges, how you honored your assignment without applause. Every act of obedience in secret is a seed planted in the Spirit. You may not see the harvest yet, but the soil of your obedience is fertile with promise. Think about the times you said no to what tempted you and yes to what aligned with purpose, even when it hurt. That wasn't wasted. That was seen. That was sacred. Chosen one, you've been through fire not to burn but to forge. The tears, the trials, the betrayals, none of it was meant to destroy you. It was all meant to develop you. What the enemy hoped would break you, God used to shape you. That's why you're still standing. That's why you still believe. That's why your spirit is still alive. Breakdown moments are often disguised as breakthrough preparations. That night you cried yourself to sleep. That moment you thought about giving up. That silent prayer whispered through clenched teeth. All of it was heaven's signal that a shift was coming. You were on the edge of something big. You just didn't know it yet. Chosen one, the reason some people don't treat you the same anymore is because your anointing is evolving. You are not who you used to be. Spiritually, your light is brighter. Your energy is more refined. Your presence demands more room. That shift makes some people uncomfortable, not because you did something wrong, but because you've outgrown their version of you. When God elevates you, He transforms you from the inside out. Your priorities change. Your mindset expands. Your tolerance for anything misaligned drops. You begin to attract differently, speak differently, walk differently. You're becoming who you were always meant to be, but it's a version even you are still discovering. Don't be surprised if some doors close, some friends fade, or some connections dissolve. It's not rejection, it's divine separation. God is making room for the version of you that aligns with your next chapter. The old you was good for surviving. The new you is built for thriving. This divine call is not for later. It's for now. The urgency you've been feeling in your soul isn't anxiety. It's divine acceleration. God is speeding things up in your life because your presence is urgently needed in places where light has been missing. Chosen one, you were not created to wait on the sidelines while the world groans for deliverance. You are a solution carrier, and your time to activate is now. Think about the restlessness that's been bubbling beneath the surface. It wasn't there by accident. It's divine fuel pushing you out of comfort zones into sacred assignments. You've been feeling like something big is about to happen because it is. This isn't emotional hype. This is spiritual urgency. You're not being rushed. You're being released. Have you noticed how certain people are falling away? How familiar places suddenly feel uncomfortable? How your old habits just don't satisfy anymore? That's because God is clearing the path. Before He can bring you into what's next, He has to remove what no longer serves your assignment. What may feel like loss is actually sacred protection. You may have thought certain relationships would be permanent, but they were only seasonal. You may have thought that job was your destiny, but it was just a stepping stone. God is making room for what aligns with the new version of you. This is not punishment, it's preparation. You are being trimmed to thrive. It can feel lonely in this pruning season, but just like a gardener cuts back a tree to make it bear more fruit, God is removing dead weight from your life so you can flourish. The people who can't go with you aren't bad, they just don't have the capacity for your next level. You're not leaving them behind. You're simply following divine directions forward. In this season, partial obedience won't cut it. Delayed obedience is still disobedience. God is asking for your whole yes, your full surrender. That means doing things you may not fully understand yet. That means trusting even when the blueprint isn't complete. That means moving before you feel ready, because readiness isn't a feeling, it's a decision. Obedience is the doorway to acceleration. It's not about being perfect, it's about being available. Some of the greatest blessings are hidden behind uncomfortable instructions, like Abraham leaving his homeland, like Noah building the ark, like you saying yes to this divine call. Radical obedience isn't always glamorous, but it's always rewarded. You'll know it's God when it doesn't make sense to the flesh but feels right in your spirit. The instruction will stretch you, but it will also birth something eternal. Some instructions will cost you your comfort. Others will cost you your reputation. But every one of them leads to a deeper unveiling of who you were always meant to be. Your yes today isn't just about you. It's about your children. It's about your community. It's about every soul connected to your assignment. One act of obedience can shift the trajectory of entire generations. Think about it. Your healing could become someone else's roadmap. Your story could be someone else's survival guide. Chosen one, you are the breaker of cycles, the one who rises despite adversity, the one who shifts family patterns, liberates spiritual legacies, and leaves a trail of transformation behind. Your yes to God is louder than every no you ever heard from this world. This is generational warfare, and your obedience is generational deliverance. You weren't called to repeat what others did. You were called to rewrite the script. Where others settled, you will soar. Where others compromised, you will conquer. Your willingness to follow divine instruction is the reason your future bloodline will rise with confidence, clarity, and kingdom identity. Chosen one, this entire message was heaven's way of reaching you. God orchestrated every word, every line, every whisper through this script to awaken you. You've lingered in the background long enough. You've downplayed your power long enough. This is your moment to say yes to the divine assignment on your life. Don't let fear mute your calling. Don't let the opinions of others silence your roar. Don't let the pain of the past dictate your purpose. You are chosen. You are anointed. You are appointed for such a time as this. And the world is waiting on what you carry. Your journey won't always make sense, but it will always be worth it. When you align with your spiritual identity, resources align, people align, opportunities align. Even heaven aligns to push you forward. Say yes with boldness even if your voice shakes. Take this moment seriously. Replay this message when doubt creeps in. Bookmark this word for days when your fire feels low. And never forget, you were born for divine impact. Speech balloon, what was the moment in this video that struck your spirit the hardest? Tell us in the comments. Your testimony may awaken someone else's destiny. Like this message if you received clarity. Share it with someone who needs divine direction. Subscribe to Awakened Era and become part of this community where chosen ones rise, heal, and answer their higher call.